Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, we are from group 12. The member is Shinta, Monica, Felisa, and Alfi Risqi. Here we will discuss about poetry. Okay, the first is definition of poetry. Poetry is a literature that evokes a concentrated imaginative awareness of experience or a specific emotional response through language chosen and arranged for its meaning, sound, and rhythms. The second is genre of poetry. 1. Lyric. Lyric is an emotional writing focusing on thought and emotion. Can consist of a song-like quality. Subdivision include elegy, ode, and sonnet. Lyric poetry does not attempt to tell a story. Popular lyric poems include the work of Sappho, Go, Lovely Rose by Edmund Waller, and the many sonnets of William Shakespeare. 2 is narrative. Narrative is a poem which tells a story, includes the subdivision, epic, a long story which tells of the heroic ideals of a particular society, and ballads which generally tell of an event of interest such as a crime. Ballads were originally intended to be sung while dancing. Popular narrative works are The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, The Divine Comedy by Dante, Hiawatha by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, The Rape of Lucrece by Shakespeare, and The Rape of Lock by Alexander Pope.
Number 3 is dramatic. Any drama written in verse which is meant to be spoken, usually to tell a story or portray a situation. The majority of dramatic poetry is written in a blank verse. Other forms of dramatic poetry include, but are not limited to, dramatic monologues, rhyme, verse, and closet drama. Important dramatic work includes those by Shakespeare, Ben Jonson, and Christopher Marlowe. These three genres, lyrical, narrative, and dramatic, create an important presence in writing around the world and make up every type of poetry ever created. This is because each of these three genres can easily be divided into subgroups, and those subgroups and into more subgroups, and so on and so forth. Essentially, they can make up an endless amount of style using endless amounts of techniques. New styles are created almost every day, with the most famous being picked up by poetry journals around the world. With the emergence of the internet, the amount of poetry being read around the world has only increased and will continue to increase at the same pace for years to come. Element of poetry. A. Imagery. The only thing that will make your poetry powerful and enticing is great imagery. This goes along with the line you always hear, "So don't tell." Only with poetry, it's also a no-tell. For the love of God, don't just say that love hurts. Give us a metaphor, so as a weapon, maybe draw some blood, make it appeal to the five senses. P. Rhythm. Yes, rhythm can include rhyme. No, it doesn't have to. It's not even recommended. In fact, the further away you can get from Dr. Seuss, the better. Of course, not all poems that rhyme are obnoxious, but I think you can use right judgment here. There are other ways to make a poem rhythmic without rhyme. Stringing words with similar sound together in a line work very well. This is an example of assonance. The repetition of full sounds is near pre-word. Simultaneous hit came with the pain. This is an example of consonance. The repetition of consonant sound at the end or middle of word. The same rhymes are momentously timed.
A sound. The rhythm of a poem goes along with the general sound of it as well as making it easier to remember. There are two sound patterns to know here. One is soft and harmonious. I like to think of it like the sound of angel humming. This is euphony. In euphony, words are chosen for their soft consonant, sounds, and melodious quality. Euphonious letters or sounds are L, O, S, S, H, M, N, Y, W, U, P, H, and A. Lulled minds, like sunny lakes in summertime. The other sounds more like large metal machine changing about in an empty warehouse. It's much harsher and the sounds kind of rather off your tongue. This is cacophony. In cacophony, words are chosen for their hard sounds and general obnoxiousness. Cacophony letters or sounds are K, G, T, Q, V, C, X, G, and Z. GH. Childish tales of gung-ho attitudes never results in progress. Density. Density is what sets poetry apart from prose. Normal speech pattern or the way fiction and non-fiction books are written. Density is how much is said in how little of speech. The ability to use metaphors, not conform to traditional grammar styles, and incorporate sounds and rhythm is unique to poetry. All of these allow for a greater density. As you describe an image, you are actually underlying a metaphor, which expresses an idea about the human condition, while simultaneously persuading the reader to feel a certain way through the sound and rhythm of the words. And all of this is done in the same space. Prose can't and never will be able to do that. E. Line. In traditional poetry, you are a prisoner to the line. The line owns you, telling you 4 lines there, 5 there, then 4 again. So, as a poet in the hipster age, of course you don't want to conform, unless you are so against the grain that you actually want to write traditional poetry. But whatever the case may be, the line is a very important part of poetry. In fact, that's another thing that makes it unique to prose. In prose, you can format the lines however you want and it has no impact on the writing. However, in poetry, that's not the case. In poetry, the line is like one sentence, and since poetry doesn't conform to grammar rules and no one is obligated to use a period, the end of a line is like a period would be in prose. It creates a natural pause, making a break in the flow. This is a tool you can use to control the rhythm of your poetry. So, keeping the way you break your lines up in mind is crucial to writing great poems.
Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Annyeong.